All right. You want to lay down? Hello, my wild friends. Welcome back. Welcome. This is your first time. My name is Deanna Rose, just your friendly neighborhood witch and indigo, here to do a reading for this Cancer season coming up. Oh, there we go. He's laying down now. This is Houdini. He's probably going to be here until he decides to bark and chase after a noise that didn't actually happen. So don't mind him. Yes, so doing a tarot reading for Cancer season right now. We'll talk a little bit about Cancer first, and then we'll hop into the reading. I'll see if I can put timestamps. If you don't really feel like listening to all about Cancer, you can go ahead and skip ahead or what have you. So, jumping right in, Cancer season. Cancer season runs around June 21st-ish, depending on who you ask, up until July 22nd. So Cancer is the symbol of the crab, the, hard shell, soft-centered crab. The claws, the crab, are normally the most prominent thing in the symbols that you see, at least in my experience. The claws really represent the tenacity of Cancers. If you are a Cancer, sun, moon, rising, I'm sure you'll relate to a lot of this, most of this, all of it, a piece of it, whatever have you. So again, the claws of the crab really represent the firm grip that this water sign actually does have. So that's what's really neat, I think, about Cancers, is that even though they're a water sign, they're actually the youngest water sign, they're known for their tenacity. They're known for having that firm grip on their emotions. They're known for their cardinal, meaning that they tend to do pretty well when it comes to having one foot in the more ethereal, spiritual world and the other foot in the material world, sort of like what we know as, maybe today's society. So that's what's really interesting, I believe, about Cancer, is that they're incredibly intuitive and typically incredibly psychic, but they have a very firm grip on the physical reality of things. In the tarot, they actually have a couple of cards in the Arcana. The moon, of course, they are ruled by the moon. They're one of the only zodiac signs that is not ruled by a traditional planet. Leo is the other one, ruled by the sun, which is a star, and then the moon ruled by Cancer, Cancer ruled by the moon, which is a moon, which orbits our Earth. So, again, back to the tarot though, they are the moon card, they are the High Priestess card, they're also the Chariot card, which I find so neat about the Cancers. Because again, the High Priestess and the moon, they're very flowy, they're very intuitive, they're very much psychic, especially the High Priestess. And then you have the Chariot, which, if I didn't know better before I learned about this, if I didn't know any better, I would have sworn that the Chariot would have been ruled by possibly one of the fire signs, because it's all about forward movement, it's all about drive and ambition and making progress happen. And not that, the other water signs, Scorpio or Pisces, are bad at this, but typically when you think of water signs, it's all very emotional, it's all very flowy, it's kind of, I'll go a little bit here, I'll go a little bit there, a little give and take, and it's beautiful and wonderful. But, sometimes it lacks that firmness because it's flowy. It's very flowy. Obviously, it's water. So the Chariot ruling Cancer, I think, just speaks volumes to Cancer's determination and ability to navigate through our world, navigate through this reality that we live in. So props to Cancers. I actually don't have very much Cancer at all in my birth chart, in my tropical birth chart. So sometimes relating to Cancers have been a little bit of a struggle for me, not in I don't say that with any malice whatsoever. It's just that I've always felt like I've always had this faraway admiration for cancers. I'll say that. For the evolved cancers. Unevolved cancers can be difficult, just like any unevolved sign, which I'll get into in a minute. But again, the water sign of Cancer, I like to think of them as almost like the surface level of the water, or even like tide pools. Not to say that they're shallow by any means, by being that they're the younger of the water signs, youngest of the water signs. You have Pisces, which is the oldest and kind of like represents that deep open ocean of water, and Scorpio, which is almost represented by that kind of dark abyss of the ocean, and which all of them are very well and dandy. Cancers, however, tend to represent like tide pools or the waves or coral reefs even, because they can be so teeming with life, and Cancers all focus on the emotions of themselves and other people. They're very community oriented. They're very friends and family oriented. They are ruled by the 4th house, which is all about home, family, close relationships, loving relationships. So they're very maternal. And what do tide pools do? What do coral reefs do? They nurture life. Healthy tide pools, healthy coral reefs are teeming with life, an abundance of life. So Cancer and crabs, there are a bunch of crabs in tide pools even. But I digress. So yeah, Cancers are great. Cancers are awesome. One foot in the psychic realm, the other foot in the very grounded earth realm, especially for a water sign. So, a couple key things about Cancers are that they're sensitive, they're intuitive, in touch with emotions, all about the emotions with Cancers. Cancers of themselves and others. They're incredibly protective of those that they love. Again, maternal, they enjoy taking care of others. Very family, friends oriented, again, ruled by the 4th house. They're sympathetic. They're nurturing of people and creativity. They're very creative people, being water signs. That flow of creativity is incredibly important to them. And they're pretty reliant on their feelings. A lot of their decisions come from how they feel. And they're very self-aware. You have to be self-aware. If you're so in tune with your emotions, you have to be very aware. And if you base your decisions on your emotions, self-awareness is key there. For the unevolved Cancer, maybe the shadow side of Cancer, Cancers that really haven't dove into that self-awareness piece that is so crucial to the Cancer's well-being. Unevolved Cancers tend to be a little insecure. They can be moody. A little joke, and every zodiac sign has a little joke about them for sure. They're kind of the crybaby of the zodiac, which, hey, if you want to cry, like, that's great. But I want to make sure your crying is for reasons. If you're crying for no reason at all, it's kind of, you're just putting yourself through turmoil for no reason, no growth, no going through emotions. If it's emotionless crying, it's not helping you in any way, really. They can also tend to get hung up on the small things, and that get hung up on that, and it makes them stagnant, which for a water sign, being stagnant is very goes against everything that you are as a water sign, wherever it is in your chart. So, let's see, the chakra system, and the chakras, they actually will rule the root chakra. The Muladhara, I believe, is the way Sanskrit pronounces it. I could be wrong. Could be butchering that. Again, because they're very grounded. They're of the shallowest of the waters in the zodiac, of the water signs, excuse me. So therefore, they're the water meets the earth. And so they're very grounded. They rule that security part of the root chakras. So, let me see. I'm going to make sure they got everything. That may have been a little scattered. Sorry. Again, I have almost no Cancer in my chart whatsoever. I think I have some in my sidereal chart. I'm not as familiar with that one as my tropical chart. So I think maybe talking about Cancers just gets me a little scattered. But again, I have such an admiration for them. And just like, it's one of those things where you don't relate very much, but the parts that you can see and acknowledge and that you're aware of that other person, you just admire, and it's amazing. And you're just like, wow, you're so cool, but I don't get it. And so, yeah, I think that's kind of how I feel about Cancers. Anyway, moving on, let's get into the tarot. I should have been shuffling during this whole time, but that's okay. So we're just going to get into this real quick. Let me do some, cards already flying out. I'm actually not going to keep that one. Okay, let's take a deep breath here. And tap into that open, flowy water energy of Cancer. I'm asking for cards for the collective here. Collective, this Cancer season, any messages that need to come through from spirit, from source, from guides, whatever needs to come through for our highest good. Come out now and come out and play, communicate, nurture, since we're in Cancer season. One more card, Spirit, please. And here we go. Okay. Get this sorted. Sure, everyone can be seen and heard. Okay. Let me get some of my water real quick. Okay, let's get into it. So we have the 3 of Pentacles to start off with. We have the 8 of Swords. We have the 10 of Cups. Can you see that? There we go. Next, we have the 4. I'm sorry, the 4. He's the 4th one in the Major Arcana. The Emperor. I'm sorry, everyone. Oh my gosh. Cancer season has me all over the place. I am waves crashing against the rocks right now. Out of my element as a fire sign. My goodness. All right. And last but not least, we have the King of Swords. Ooh, all right. I'm just having fun with this here, people. I hope you are too. I'm trying to do this as authentically as I can. I'm all about authenticity and just being myself. This is why I do this channel, just to be myself, have an outlet for myself that can hopefully help other people. This is where my Cancer, I think, comes in. Just me trying to be as authentic as I can while enjoying it with other people and exposing myself to other people. All right, let's get into it. So the overall theme coming through with this Three of Pentacles right now, I think you're really going to be getting in touch with some creativity this Cancer season over this next month or so, but maybe even creativity with other people. As I said, Cancers are all about their community, whether that's their community, their neighborhoods that they live in. You're not getting on the table. The community that they live in, or their family, or their friends. Family doesn't have to be blood family. It could be chosen family. However that relates for you. You're going to be coming together with them, and that's really what Cancer season is all about, which is amazing. You're really going to be coming together and enjoying yourself with the people that you love. And possibly even working with them. If it's not the people that you love, you're gonna be, this could be work related. You could really start connecting with some of your coworkers or your employees or your employer in a real collaborative way. You could really be taking on this amazing growth mindset that's based in your creativity, if that makes sense. And I think you're going to realize that you're allowed to ask for help also. So it might even spark when you're asking for help. So if there has been something that you've been wanting to ask for help about, or something you've been maybe a little scared to, a little insecure about perhaps, now is the time for you to come out of your shell and ask for that help, because that is going to spark an amazing journey, an amazing creative collaboration, cooperation, teamwork even. Teamwork is coming through very strong with this overall theme of Cancer season. And I think something that you need to embrace along with that is letting go of a victim mentality, which again, if you have strong Cancer in your chart, you probably know this already, but the unevolved or the shadow aspects of Cancer is adopting that victim mentality sometimes, because maybe your emotions just get the best of you. Yes, letting go of that mental block. I think you're mentally blocking yourself, but it's all self-sabotage. It's all self-sabotage is what I'm hearing. And I think you're going to embrace the releasing of that. Maybe it starts with that spark with the Three of Pentacles here. Because again, look, like Eight of Swords, someone is tied up, surrounded by swords, but they could very easily just walk away. There's nothing really blocking them while they're bound, but they could easily, they can walk away. From the looks of it, they're bound by their own limiting beliefs. And it's all in your mind here. It's all in your mind. Yeah, I'm here. You can take baby steps. You don't need to take these giant strides to unblock yourself or anything like that. Yeah, you need to do a little bit empowering work here this season. Really need to do some self-empowerment exercises, meditations, whatever you can do that makes you feel powerful, that makes you feel your highest self. That's very important this Cancer season, and what you're going to be able to tap into here. Because I think whether you have Cancer in your chart or not, this season, it's almost like you're taking on that self-sabotage, that victim mentality that unevolved Cancers can take on if they're not careful. So it's all about releasing what you feel like you can't do, and maybe reaching out for help or doing whatever you need to do with other people to break out of that. Maybe you need to talk to someone. Talk to a close friend, talk to a close family, a close loved one, a therapist. I'm such a high support, have such high support for therapy person. I'm in therapy myself, and I can't tell you how much it's helped me, so I know it can help other people. It's just what you put into it, you get out. And that goes for whether it's formal therapy, whether it's, again, just trying to open up to have a conversation with a loved one about some hard stuff maybe you've been going through, whatever limiting beliefs that have been holding you back. It's time to embrace the opposite of that, really. Time to let go of the self-sabotage and realize that you are all powerful. You are absolutely all powerful here. And you can really come into that this season. And I think that's why the next two cards are what they are. The Ten of Cups coming through. Ten of Cups is the wish fulfilled card. This is the one and only water card, water sign card that you have here. It's represented by Pisces. But still, water. And Pisces is not a bump up, not like they're better than Cancers or anything like that, but they're the oldest of the water signs. So they're typically a little bit more secure than I would say for Cancer and Scorpio energy. But regardless, you know, this is the sign of everything's going to work out. Everything's going to be okay. Like, you've got this. Like, you can let go of whatever limiting beliefs that you've had with this Eight of Swords here. You can reach out to whoever you need to reach out to, or bring in your creativity and work with other people in that way as an outlet, maybe. It really kind of just depends on how this resonates with you, what feel like is hitting home for you at the moment. And you need to nurture. To me right now, it's traditionally not, but the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Cups right here next to each other, I feel like they're almost mirror reactions right now. This is self-victimization, self-sabotage, not believing in yourself and your capabilities, whereas this one is the opposite. This is knowing that you're going to be okay, knowing that you are okay no matter what, knowing that everything's going to work out, knowing that you have the power to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish, to heal whatever you need to heal. And being water sign, Cancer season can be all about healing traumas. Even if you carry any with you, everyone has their own traumas. But if you feel like you need to work through some of that or all of it, or start taking it on, what have you, now is the time. Tis the season to work on trauma, honestly, or anything that's really left unhealed that you feel. So again, I feel like these are really kind of mirroring each other here. You can choose a side, really. Do you want to stay bound with your own bondage, or do you want to let loose? Do you want to let loose and live the life that you want to live? And that doesn't mean everything's going to be fixed all at once. Everything you ever want is going to come at you all at once. For some people that might be the case, who knows? But that's not what you need to go into thinking. It's all about taking baby steps, and then you can get all these 10 cups. You know, maybe you won't get all 10 cups right away in this little art. Maybe you won't get all 10 cups right away. Maybe not. Maybe you will. Maybe you'll get 2 when you start to release this Eight of Swords energy. Maybe you see what I'm saying? There's a lot of letting go that needs to happen here. A lot of letting go that needs to happen this Cancer season. And next in the lineup, since we have the Emperor, it's all about coming out of your shell with the Emperor here. The Emperor, I don't even know if he has a shell. He has a shell, but it is of poise and grace, really. The Emperor is victory. It's masculine energy. It's a very masculine card, which Cancer being ruled by the moon is all about the feminine, which is more passive, more receptive, and it's beautiful and flowy, just like water. But you could also be swept away by water, maybe bound by water even. So I'm thinking the reason why the Emperor shows up here is maybe it's time to take a step into the masculine energy as well, to start introducing the masculine a little bit. That is not to say that you need to do away with all the Cancer energy, whether you're Cancer or not, doesn't matter. Entering Cancer season, there's all this Cancer energy going around. You don't need to ignore that. You're embracing it by letting other people in with this Three of Pentacles. You're embracing and living Cancer energy by letting go of the victim mentality and further embracing the things that you want, the things that you desire, the things that you know you deserve. I'm really hearing that some of you need to start realizing that you deserve the things that you want. You deserve to live the life you want, that you desire, whatever you want. And the Emperor, it's really showing confidence to me right now. I think for some of you, this Cancer season, you need to gain confidence. And you gain confidence by maybe working with others, by allowing other people to see you in a maybe creative, more vulnerable state. And Cancer energy is very good at being vulnerable, opening up to emotions and letting other people in, tapping into yourself to then tap in with others. Work on yourself first before embracing this Three of Pentacles energy. Kind of figure out what it is you want, maybe how you're holding yourself back with this Eight of Swords energy. Figure out what's holding you back. Figure out your creative outlet even, and allow that to kind of take you through this journey. And that's kind of how I'm seeing this journey, this flow just like water. I'm seeing almost like a river here, and you're going to come out the other end. So yeah, I'm hearing just a little bit more, a little more control, maybe some control over your, I'm hearing emotions are controlling you versus you controlling your emotions. That's not to say controlling your emotions isn't the best wording, I think. Your emotions are there for a reason, but to get swept away by them, to allow them to bind you into a stagnant energy, into a paralyzing energy, that's kind of where that's where you don't want to tread. You want to allow your emotions to be exactly what they are and embrace them with confidence, kind of confidence of the Emperor. He knows his emotions. Just because he's represented by fire does not mean he's emotionless. Just because he's represented by the masculine does not mean he is emotionless. He just understands his emotions, just like how a Cancer would. Just like how that Cancer energy knows its emotion, understands it, and works with them. They don't let their emotions work them. That's a better word of putting it. Instead of controlling your emotions, work with your emotions and don't let them work you. And finally, since you're ruled by the moon, Mother Moon, Goddess Moon, I adore working with the moon personally. Maybe that is my connection with Cancer energies. When I work with the moon, I do a lot of lunar stuff. You have the King of Swords here, and the King of Swords is all about truth. He's about truth. He is precise, and he is articulate. And I believe he's really, mind and voice coming together. Mind and emotions coming together even. So yeah, I think the moon really wants you to think of yourself as the King of Swords. And this doesn't matter, gender doesn't matter at all. Whether you identify male, female, non-binary, somewhere on the spectrum, not on the spectrum, what have you. The King of Swords, this card, is just all about recognizing your truth. You can find your truth this Cancer season, really, is what I'm hearing from our Mother Moon here. And you gotta let go of these binds to find your truth. I think that journey to to let go of the mental blocks you're having will bring you to your truth. I think that's really what we're getting at here. So, quick recap, theme of this season is connecting to your creativity, working with yourself and working with others, allowing other people in. Even if it's just one person, one trusted person, you got to try it. And doing so will start to loosen these binds. Working with yourself, working with another or others to start figuring out your mental blocks and allowing those to leave you because they don't serve you anymore. And in doing so will allow a lot of abundance, a lot of good things to flow to you. The things that you know you want, things you know you deserve will flow to you. And coupled with this and the confidence to carry on, the poise to carry on, the knowing your emotions, understanding your emotions, listening to your emotions, working with your emotions, is going to bring you mental clarity, is going to bring you to your truth. You're finding your truth this Cancer season, I think, is really what this is all coming together as. Yeah. Yes. That is really what I'm hearing right now. Yes, I think I'm going to move on to the runes now. So, I already know one of these runes, funny enough, let me see if I can, things like that. This is literally, I've been saying it over and over again, and I know I've already pulled these, so take that as you will. I think it's a synchronicity. This is the journey rune. This is all a journey. I'm just gonna beep right there. I think with this rune, it's representing a cycle here, movement of a journey. A lot of movement. Water is all about movement. So I think this is really encouraging you to just move forward, take those steps, take those beginning steps of your journey, and just allow the journey to be a journey, allow it to flow. Tap into that water energy here, because there's going to be movement, and that's what, progress, movement. This is really journey. This is all the Chariot card, really, and I think this represents the Chariot card. I don't know if it does. I doubt it. I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. To me right now, this is screaming Chariot card to me. Progress, movement forward, a journey. Yeah, just don't allow yourself to be bound anymore. I think that's really what it's saying. So, and then we have this guy here. This is the message rune. This one was pronounced like Rado traditionally, Rado, something like that. This is Ansuz. I don't know. But this is the message rune, and honestly, it just, I think you're gonna get a lot of signs, a lot of insight. Messages can really kind of coincide with intuition. I think you're gonna get a lot of intuitive hits along this journey in this Cancer season. And I think it's your job to listen. I think that's what this rune is really telling you, actually. I think it's time to start listening to the messages that you're receiving, not shrug them off. If you catch synchronicities, just listen to them. Listen to them, even if it's just, sometimes it may not feel like it means a lot, or you can't expect every sign, every synchronicity to be this giant, huge thing to lead to this giant, huge epiphany. Sometimes it's just a nod from the universe. Sometimes it's just like the universe saying, hey, keep going, you're doing great. And allow it to be that. And if you get big ones, allow them to be big. Don't cast doubt on them and erase them immediately. Just embrace it. Embrace the messages that you receive. Embrace the mental clarity that you receive. And then finally, this is, I don't know if you can see that, hopefully you can. This is the gift rune. I think it's like Jebo, perhaps. Anyway, I'm sorry. I hope if you know the correct pronunciation of these, I would love to hear it. So please, comment the correct pronunciation and help me. Yeah, so this is the gift rune, and I think kind of goes hand in hand with the message card. It goes hand in hand. This is really a 10 of Cups kind of rune, honestly. And it's actually three of Pentacles too, because it's about partnership and generosity, luck, fortune. I mean, you may literally receive a gift this Cancer season as well. If you're a Cancer, your birthday's coming up, so that must mean you're getting a good gift. That gift that you want is coming for sure. If you're a Cancer and this is your birthday time. Yeah, just gifts are coming in. Fortune is flowing in for you, and it's gonna be wonderful. It's gonna be beautiful. I think this Cancer season could just be so powerful and have so much growth in it if you allow it to. Yeah, I'm going to move on. I'm going to pull just 2 oracle cards. This is Whispers of Healing oracle cards. There's pretty artwork on the back. I believe it's by Angela Hartfield. She was the creator, and I believe the artwork is by Josephine Wall. Yes, Josephine Wall. I'm just going to give them a quick shuffle. They are giant cards, so they're incredibly difficult to shuffle. Shuffle here. Just 2 cards to seal this reading for Cancer season. Messages for this Cancer season, please. One more card, please. Okay, look at that. All right, in 1 second. So, we have answers within. And we have my favorite, meditation. Okay, actually I'll do this. It might be a little bit better. Okay. So, I mean, I'm going to let these cards kind of speak for themselves. Honestly, I could have read from the book, but I think they actually do speak for themselves. Answers within. You got to go within. You got to go through those mental blocks. Tap into that creative energy. Meditate. I think these 2 cards, they literally could be the same card, to be honest. Meditation, answers within. When you meditate, you go within and you find answers, or answers are given to you. Maybe as a gift, who knows, as a gift here. And through meditation, you can find the answers to your mental blocks. You can find the answers to the right way to reach out to people, or the right way to tap into your emotions, to tap into the confidence of those emotions and working with them, to your mental clarity, to your truth. Honestly, I was expecting it to be a little bit longer than that. But I'm going to let those cards just kind of stand alone like that, because that's perfect. That's honestly absolutely perfect. All right, one more thing before I let you go. Just to kick off Cancer season, I'm going to just give you a little list of suggestions of like little activities, rituals that you can do to just, again, continue to embrace Cancer season, continue to embrace Cancer energy. Yeah, so, Cancer's all about water. Go for a swim. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Go for a swim. Put yourself near water. Anything like that. Water is emotions. So journaling, writing poetry would be an amazing exercise. 2 amazing exercises to do. And if you can't go to a big body water, if you can't go swimming, I would suggest a foot bath or actual bath. Soak all of you, or just, you know, again, just your feet. I love bath soaking. I love foot baths and everything. They're such a relaxing thing to do for me. I love them. Mindful, loving conversations, which we talk about with the Three of Pentacles here. Eating juicy summer fruits. Allow that juice to just nourish you and to fill you. And again, berries, peaches, I don't know, mangoes. Again, really summer seasonal fruits, as we're just about to get into the summer season. Cancer season actually starts either right on or right after, depending on who you ask. Literally right at the summer solstice. So Cancer is the kickoff to summer. So embrace summer with its bounty, with its fruits, with the bounty of the Ten of Cups here. That's really what we could be talking about even. You can get into that centered place by just eating fruit, by doing food meditation with these juicy summer fruits I'm hearing. Water scrying. If you're into divination, moon meditations, connect with the moon. If you can, get outside. If you can't, just picture the moon in your mind as you're meditating. Or meditate on study the lunar cycles, and do a themed meditation around whatever cycle that night is in. Or just nighttime meditations in general, really. Any community work, whether it's your neighborhood community, your town community, just your close-knit social circles, just do some connecting with them, some work with them. I mean, that's all, again, Three of Pentacles coming out. Decorate anything with like seed decor, you know, seashells. It's frowned upon to go collecting seashells. You want to leave them in their natural place. They're not meant to be taken away. They serve a role, is my belief. You know, if those align with your practice too, you know, just draw a seashell. Hang a painting of the ocean. Hang a painting of water. If you have a little water fountain, run a water fountain. Anything. It doesn't have to be ocean. Just any kind of body of water. Decor. Anything like that will really work. Grounding work. Like I said, Cancer is kind of the most earth connected water sign. I would say that's how I would put it. So make sure you're doing your grounding work, and especially if you're connecting with your emotions here. So you're going to be doing a lot of mental and emotional work this Cancer season, which is pretty on theme if you've been listening at all. So remember to do your grounding work. Just go outside, touch some earth if you can, if that's possible for you. Go out barefoot if possible. Squeeze a rock, anything like that. Just look at a plant, even if it's fake, just embrace the plant. Embrace it. You could hug it, literally embrace it if you want. I would personally. And any kind of like psychic development, honestly. You can do that with Answers Within. That's a very psychic thing to do. You know how to, if you are a Cancer, or even in this Cancer season, with all this Cancer energy going around, I think third eyes will be opening a lot during any sort of water sign season. The third eye is going to be pretty present. So indulge that. Do any kind of psychic work that you can think of. So with that, I think that is all I have for you. I hope this wasn't too scattered. Sometimes I feel pretty scattered with these videos. I'm still learning and everything. So I hope you enjoyed it. I do enjoy making these. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me see here. It's funny. I forgot last video too. Bottom of the deck energy is the Six of Swords. You see they're actually on a boat. It's a swords card. It's an air card, but it's all, they're on water even. And Six of Swords is all about leaving behind what no longer serves you. So really, again, as I'm just saying that, I'm sorry if it's all so scattered. Like, subscribe, and comment, please. I love doing these videos, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye. Bye. Oh, I can't see you. Bye. Thank you. Okay. Oh, whoo, I thought I wasn't recording. Holy shit. Okay. Recording. Fuck. Cat feeder.